If they like, let them do it. If they like, let them. Somebody might say, even if you extend it forever, some people will not. But so long as we still have crowd in the centers, it means that there are people who are waiting. Some people are afraid that they may not register because you only have 2 days. And we know the tenacity of INEC. We know that you can stretch this in a little bit more. We know that if you stretch it a little bit more, you will be within the law. And that's why we have come, and we say we have come in peace. We know the situation of this country now, the insecurity in Abuja. So for anybody to step out and say he wants to, come, in a crowd, that person, the team must have been holding the person by the neck. So please, we want to appeal that we know that the chairman is not here, but we know that you can reach him, take photographs and say, Nigerians are appealing. The press are here. There's still something my people say. They said, if a kite carries a chicken and is going, and the chicken is crying, the chicken may not be crying because he believes that the kite will drop it. But he's crying so that the world will know that it has gone finally. We might come here and plead, and INEC will still decide to do what it has decided to do. But at least we would have satisfied our conscience. We would have said we tried, at least we tried. There are people who don't like to regret, so they always try. We, the civil society group, are among those groups. This country is still developing. A country is not a human being, so it will not die. But we are appealing to you. This time around, for the first time, people want to vote because hunger is biting them. Insecurity is biting them. Many of them are homeless. So let us give them a chance, a little more chance. INEC can say, okay, we are extending this by so many days, or and we will not do it again. Because we know of situations, if we know what we are hearing, as civil society organizations, people are paying to be registered. People are paying to be registered, begging. People are going to hire people to come and be assisting in registration. So I think that we have done what we should do. We cannot force INEC. We know you are constraints. But we know even within that constraint, if it's funding issue, you have every reason to ask for additional funding, and it is justified. And that's why we have come. Because if we don't come, you will say, oh, well, they are just complaining on social media. But here we are. Almost 25 civil society organizations in this country appealing to you to please, for the sake of country, do whatever it is, overreach yourself, and posterity will record it. Overreach yourself and extend this thing so that, and once you now extend it, we can assure you that this same civil society organization will now go to the press, go to the media and say, everybody, this is the last chance. If you're a patriotic Nigerian and you can assist people to register whatever it is, whether it's, to transport them or whatever, please do that now. We are not going to, INEC cannot do more than this. We know it has been done a number of times. Some people will say, oh, we have extended it. But if you have extended it severally and people are no more on the queue, it could be a different thing. But all over the country, there are long queues. Still long queues. And, posterity will record this. After the crop of leaders in INEC of today. So that's why we are here. What is it?
Yeah, I am Dandy Roland. I am the Executive Director of Drug Free and Anti-Corruption Initiative. Well, we will not fail to commend INEC for the more means and technologies and strategies they deployed in the ongoing voters registration program so far. But we also want to appeal that INEC, it's not as if they cannot do it, they can equally deploy more technology-based means of facilitating the registration. Because we have so many people that are eager, of which you are witnesses. You are the people at the site, on site. You are people having these exercises done. You see people on their queues waiting, eager to register. So if there are other means you can equally deploy to facilitate this registration, so that many people will be accommodated this time around, if you are willing to extend it, that will equally yield more fruits. It is our country. We don't have any other country. All we are asking is for the benefit of all. So we are appealing to you to please hear us. We cannot continue to say one thing at different times. So let us at least do something that will make the process to be germane. Thank you very much.
In the security unit, my director is out for assignment to the state. Your complaint, we've received it and we'll forward it to our chairman. He's the one to decide on whatever needs to be done. So I will appeal to you so that your people can give way for free flow of it's a peaceful petition.
Yes.
So let them just give way, and then maybe you appoint one or two people to follow so that you collect the acknowledged copy. Okay. My name is Mrs. Endurance Babangida. Assistant Director, Security Unit of the Commission. You are welcome.
You've come to INEC, you say you have come in peace. You have submitted your petition, your request, and it has been received. What's your reaction to this? How do you feel now?
Yeah, my name is Professor Theophilus Ndubuaku. I'm the convener of Coalition of Civil Societies for Good Governance. And we are here with some members of the coalition. And as you can see, we say we are coming in peace. The reason we are here is to appeal to INEC. As a matter of fact, we have come with a letter of appeal, which we have given to the press. Simple appeal that they should please extend the period of voter registration. We, as leaders in our own field, have been worried. We've been receiving messages from the populace. So many people are still queuing as of today. If you look at the media, you see newspaper and media reports that by the time this deadline of 31st July comes, that so many people will still not have been able to register. Which means that a lot of people will be disenfranchised. And so we have come to tell INEC to overreach themselves a little and try to see how they can extend this, even for the last time. If they can oblige our request, we will go out to let people know that this is the last time. Because we have cases of people who are telling us that they are paying. As a matter of fact, I had to follow up one of such cases and went to a registration center and found out that people were paying to be registered because the machines were not many, the staff were not there to service the large population of people. And then as a leader, we can't just fold our hands. We don't have any other country but this country. And like I told the INEC officials, people want to vote this time around. Hunger is biting them. Insecurity is driving them out of their habitats. Everything is in such a situation that a lot of people want to be part of the voting process. They want to participate in this election. And it will be bad if we just, for one reason or the other, allow them to be disenfranchised.
But at this point, on your own part, don't you think it's late? Where have you been all this while? That we have only 2 days to the INEC deadline that this group is coming up?
Yes. Well, you also know that people have been writing. There have been a lot of appeals on the media. And then everyone must have expected that by today, INEC would have, responded to those appeals. And so when we waited and found out that, maybe social media activity will not resolve it, we now have to take this physical action to be here so that, INEC will see that this is not just social media matter, that we, the people, are really eager to vote. And so somebody has to take that initiative. They say it is better late than never.
Thank you. There's more. I'm Prince Roland Dandy. I'm the Executive Director of Drug Free and Anti-Corruption Initiative. It is not out of place for INEC to extend the time for the registration, for the voters' registration exercise. There is allowance for the extension in the Electoral Act. There's allowance for it. Even if they extend it with 2-3 months, there is still allowance in the Electoral Act for them to do that. And for the Electoral Act to grant that allowance, for the Electoral Act to enshrine that in the law, means that those that, drafted the law, they have already seen it ahead that with the teeming population of Nigerians, that it will not be very easy for INEC to round up this exercise within maybe 1 month or shortest given time which they have conducted this exercise. So that is what we are also calling the attention to know, that it is wisdom that they look through the book, the law book, and understand that the law book is not for frivolities. It was not written for writing's sake. It is for, in the circumstances of what we are seeing, that crowds have not really been attended to. There are still teeming population, many that are eager to register but have not been registered. So they should make application of what the law says to extend it. It is not out of place. The government will respond to whatever physical need that is required for them to get it done. So that is why we are, yes, and that is why we are also saying, if they cannot meet up with the allowance given, they can employ more technology-based strategies to get these things done. They should, like, we commend them quite well, the way they employ the online way where some people can equally use their hand to change their locations where they are presently, where they are presently living. So we believe that they can equally, INEC can equally make use of the technology-based ICT, information technologies we have. Everybody, every Nigerian, partially, a greater percentage of.
Okay, this rally, I know they sing.
Oh yeah, now. All right. I'm sure you have.
This thing
Between that don't just this project. To go into this project. If they like, let them do it. If they like.